The next thing I'm going to be teaching you today is how to do what we call a sumo squat. So again, this would be a really good thing to start first with holding on to something just to stabilize you until you figure out your best, the best width of your feet and the positioning of your feet so that you actually don't fall over to the back usually. So Jenny here is fine and doesn't need anything to hold on to, so we're just going to show you without holding on for stabilization. So she's going to drop down into a full squat all the way down. Her heels are going to stay fully flat on the ground. If your heels come up, then you need to go wider and or have your toes go out, rotate out. As it becomes easier and you can get into this position easier, you can actually rotate your feet in and also bring your feet in. If your heels are coming up, you are too close, that your feet are too close to each other. So she's going to go all the way down into her sumo squat. This is a great sit just to sit in to get good hip range of motion stretching. I really like doing this as kind of part of a warm-up for about 30 seconds, just sitting in that. A really great way to start warming up the hips is by then dropping your knee down and back up, dropping the other knee down and back up, and performing these rotations. You could do probably 20 or so of them on each side just to really get a good dynamic warm-up. Another option then for progressing in a sumo squat is also doing some sumo leans. So again, if you need something to hold on to, please do during this time. But leaning side to side, 30 seconds or so, or you can do it on a count of 10 to 15 at a time. And then leaning forward and backward, really trying to keep your heel and your toes on the floor as much as possible. They might come up a little bit as you're trying to balance yourself, but the goal is to keep your feet on the ground as much as possible so that you're gripping the ground with your toes. Again, this is a great thing to do either for time, for 30 seconds, or for repetitions of 10 to 15 each side.